Hello and welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy this story. I'm going to try and upload a new story each day. The Murmurs in the Walls. Chapter 1: A New Beginning. The Parker family had long dreamt of finding the perfect home to settle down in. After years of saving and searching, they stumbled upon a magnificent old house on the outskirts of a sleepy town. It was a grand two-story Victorian, with ornate architecture and a sprawling garden that seemed straight out of a fairy tale. The moment they set foot inside, the house's charm embraced them like a warm, comforting hug. It was as if it had been waiting for them. Tom and Sarah, along with their two children, Emily and Jack, moved into their newfound haven with joy and excitement. The house was, by all appearances, perfect. The bedrooms were spacious, the kitchen was a chef's dream, and the garden was a playground waiting to happen. They thought their search had finally come to a blissful end. Chapter 2: The First Night. On the first night, after a day filled with unpacking and settling in, the family gathered in the living room. A cozy fire crackled in the hearth, and they huddled together, reading stories and laughing, as if they had lived in the house for years. However, as the clock struck midnight, a chilling wind seemed to sweep through the room. The laughter ceased, replaced by a deathly silence. Then, like a distant murmur, soft whispers began to seep from within the walls. At first, they were barely audible, like a trickling stream, and the Parkers tried to ignore them. But these were no ordinary whispers, they were inhuman, unnatural. The words were unintelligible, a cacophony of strange, guttural sounds that sent shivers down their spines. Chapter 3: Uncovering the Past. The Parkers couldn't dismiss the unsettling whispers. Night after night, the inhuman murmurs persisted, growing louder and more insistent. They felt as though the house itself was trying to communicate with them, or perhaps warn them of something. Sleep-deprived and anxious, they decided to uncover the house's dark history. They began researching the property, delving into old archives and speaking with the townsfolk. The information they uncovered was as disturbing as the whispers themselves. The house had a grim past, marred by a series of mysterious disappearances that spanned over a century. Each family that had occupied the home had experienced a similar fate, vanishing without a trace. Chapter 4: The Hidden Room. Determined to uncover the truth, the Parkers conducted a thorough search of the house. In the attic, tucked away behind a boarded-up wall, they discovered a hidden room. It was an eerie chamber, with walls adorned in cryptic symbols and grotesque drawings that depicted otherworldly beings. The room seemed to be a place of dark rituals, and the whispers grew more frantic as they entered. Suddenly, the temperature dropped, and the room was plunged into an unnatural darkness. The family's flashlight beams revealed shadowy figures lurking in the corners, and the whispers became an agonizing chorus of despair. Chapter 5: Confrontation. As terror consumed them, the Parkers realized they had to confront the malevolent force within their home. Armed with the knowledge they had gathered, they performed a ritual to cleanse the house of the evil presence. The ritual was arduous, fraught with fear and uncertainty, but they refused to let their newfound haven be consumed by the darkness that had plagued it for generations. The house shuddered, the walls seemingly screaming in agony. The whispers turned into anguished wails, and the shadowy figures recoiled. With a final burst of light, the malevolent force was banished from the house, disappearing into the night like a wisp of smoke. Chapter 6: A New Beginning Again. With the malevolence gone, the whispers in the wall ceased, and the Parker family could finally sleep in peace. The house that had once been a source of terror was now a sanctuary, a place where they could truly call home. The Parkers had survived a nightmare, and they were determined to make a fresh start in their newfound haven. They knew the dark history of the house, but they were determined to turn it into a place of warmth, love, and laughter. As they looked at each other with renewed hope, they were ready to begin a new chapter in their lives, leaving behind the murmurs in the walls as a distant memory of their haunted past. Chapter 7: The Lingering Echoes. Despite their newfound peace, the Parker family couldn't help but feel the lingering echoes of the house's dark history. It was as though the malevolent force had left a stain on their lives, one that refused to fade entirely. They remained vigilant, always aware that evil could return. Time passed, and the Parkers worked tirelessly to create a loving and welcoming home. They painted the walls, tended to the garden, and filled the house with joy and laughter. The community, once distant and cautious, began to embrace them, and they were no longer the outsiders who had moved into the cursed house. Chapter 8. A Hidden Diary. One day, while clearing out the attic to make space for a playroom for Emily and Jack, Sarah discovered a dusty, leather-bound diary hidden beneath a floorboard. The diary was old, its pages yellowed with age, and it belonged to a woman named Eloise who had lived in the house over a century ago. As Sarah flipped through the pages, she found an account of Eloise's experiences in the house, detailing the same strange whispers and the malevolent force that had tormented her family. The diary spoke of dark rituals and a curse that had been passed down through generations. Sarah's heart sank as she realized that their battle with the malevolent force was not over. Chapter 9. The Unfinished Business. Fueled by the revelation of Eloise's diary, the Parkers began to investigate the curse further. They consulted experts in the occult, learning that the malevolent force was bound to the house, and to truly break the curse, they had to find a way to free the spirits that were trapped within. Armed with this new knowledge, they embarked on a perilous journey to unearth the remains of the previous families who had disappeared in the house. It was a harrowing task, one that required courage and determination. Chapter 10. Breaking the Curse. With the remains of the past victims finally given a proper burial, the malevolent force's grip on the house began to weaken. The whispers grew faint, and the shadows that haunted the Parkers' dreams dissipated. It was as if the curse had finally been broken. The house, once a place of fear and despair, was now a place of tranquility and warmth. The Parkers had conquered the darkness that had plagued them, and they had turned the house into a sanctuary for their family. Epilogue. A True Home. Years passed, and the Parkers continued to live in a house that had once been haunted by the murmurs in the walls. They had overcome unimaginable horrors, and in doing so, they had not only saved their own family, but also those who had come before them. The house's dark history had been rewritten, and it had become a place of love, hope, and resilience. The whispers in the walls were gone, but the echoes of their journey remained, a testament to the strength of family and the power of determination. The Parkers had not only found a home, but they had also discovered a profound sense of belonging and purpose, forever bound to the house they had saved from the shadows. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed the story. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.